So there's this show people have been talking about for like over a decade now, and it's so good, and it's about like kingdoms and all this cool stuff, and that is She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. No, I'm just kidding. We're here to talk about Game of Thrones. Here's the thing: I have never seen Game of Thrones, so when I do this review and talk about things, please do not spoil the show for me. Though I have a lot of knowledge of the show with never actually seeing the show, so I already do know some things. I'm not going to say what they are, but in this video, we are only talking about season one. Though I am on episode 2 of season 2 of the show, I've actually been doing something with this show that's been very rewarding. Basically, every night before I go to bed, I turn on an episode of Game of Thrones about 9 o'clock at night, watch the episode, turn off the TV, go to bed. And then I wake up at 6, uh, watch a 2-hour movie, get in the shower, put on my work clothes, go to work. That's been my schedule lately, and it's actually been a very rewarding schedule because it allows me not to burn through all these movies or burn through Game of Thrones. You know, we're so used to that binge model, and it's been very rewarding to watch, be able to contemplate what happened in one episode to the next. I'm not like, oh, that episode. I really enjoy this show. Um, I don't really understand the hype of the show yet, but that's probably because I haven't seen the rest of it. So the first season is good. I really enjoy. Here's the thing about Game of Thrones, though. It is a hard show to get into. If you don't know what you're getting into, there's a lot of nudity and violence and things like that, incest. And, which is. For medieval stories, these are real things that happen. So I kind of I don't like not to say like Game of Thrones is based on real history, but you know, when world population is low, incest happens. I'm not like super turned off by these things, these themes happening. I'd be turned off as they if they were portrayed as good things, but clearly they're not. But it means that it does take a few. It did take me to about episode 5 when Peter Dinklage's character is taken to the prison to really get into the show. And by episode 5, I was like, yes, I'm into this show. I really like this show. Daenerys' story was really interesting. You have this character who's abused in this horrible marriage that's awful and doing things to her. And through that, she discovers her confidence. But it's also, there's some sad elements to it because of what's actually happening. She was raped, things like that. Watching her brother die. So I really like that story. And again, I freaking love Peter Dinklage. His character was amazing in this show, in this season. Super funny, super clever, while also having this layer of sadness and tragedy to it, which I really like seeing more of that in season 2 so far. But I really like it in this first season as well. And so I just, I think what it is though is a lot of the characters are unlikable. Now they're purposely written to be unlikable, but there's also a level of okay, so they're written to be unlikable, but at times there's like no one to root for in these scenarios, and it makes it very interesting, but also makes the show hard to watch at times. So that's another reason why I like watching one episode at a time. The show's very beautifully shot, blah 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 blah. You've heard all this stuff before, but yeah, I've been really enjoying the show. I'm excited to see the rest of the show. Um, it's just kind of finally good to kind of see what the whole world has been flipping out about for the last several years now, and finally be on that same wavelength, enjoying this amazing show because it is amazing. I just quite haven't got the excitement that some other people have with the show. It's like this feels like a show that maybe in a couple of years it might be one of my favorite shows, but right now it just isn't. So